Hi guys! Welcome back to another Random Night Rants with Ringa. This is take 3. You haven't seen take 1 or 2 because they haven't been posted because disaster has risen. Well, not really disaster, just sort of inconveniency-ness. Anyways, I figured I would go ahead and film this and post it in one night because I've been promising to post it for a while because the other ones I was working on was fine and then they weren't fine, but we'll get into that later. Anyways, I wanted to start this Random Night Rants off a little differently. My hair is not cooperating because it's growing out naturally again, and my hair is super curly, and whenever it's super curly it doesn't want to do anything but be curly or poofy, mostly poofy, because my curls are like super cute like once they dry, and then they become a hot mess. Anyways, I wanted to start the next couple of Random Night Rants off differently. Only just because there was a couple people I wanted to give some shout outs to. And I, instead of just throwing them all into one video, which I tried to do before, which ended up making the video literally an hour and 45 minutes, I figured I would just do 3 per video. There's not that many people, but you know how I tend to like do the thing that I'm doing now and ramble about things that make no sense. That was happening a lot, so that's why those episodes are not going to get posted. Anyways, it's a billion quadrillion degrees right now, and I have the worst headache, and I might be getting sick. So great, awesome, fun times. Anyways, the first person to get my shout out in this video is going to go to Saffize. And I haven't had like direct contact with her for a really long time. I've just kind of been off the scene like as of lately. Like, yeah, I've been on YouTube here and there watching like certain videos or certain live streams or something, but I've not really been intact with a lot of people, and so I'm sorry about that, but I just wanted to give her a shout out because I love her. She's so cool. I feel like I've been subscribed to her for a couple years now. It's been longer. It's been longer than 2 years, I want to believe. I don't know for sure. It's kind of hard to tell how long you've been subscribed to somebody unless you just keep up with that. But she makes mostly Sims 4 videos now. She, like, the thing that got me attracted to her in the first place was she was making, like, a Sims 3, like, LP. And it was a really great idea, and I really miss it. I think she privated them because, like, at one point her computer wasn't letting her make videos anymore. It was, like, errors or something. There was something happening, and we couldn't really fix it. Because I was trying to help her, like, troubleshoot it for a while. And then eventually, I think we just moved on from that, but she's so cool, and she has, like, the best voice ever. I think that's the very first thing I told her was that I would follow her into battle or something like that. Something really dumb. Like, I'm really dumb like that because, like, if I compliment you, it's kind of hard for me to come up with, like, something that doesn't sound like... Well, I mean, it's not really hard. It's just the way I compliment people is very different. Like, I don't just say, oh, hey, nice video, or hey, you're really cool. I just feel like I have my own way of complimenting people, and they probably think I'm, like, so, like, weird. But she's really cool, and she does, like I said, she does a lot of Sims 4 videos now, and I'm just really, really proud of her, for, like, going strong all this time and stuff like that, and, I like her a lot. So, shout out to Saffize. You're super cool. Thank you for giving me some interesting stuff to watch. My phone is going off. And thank you so much, Saffize. Thank you so much. Like, I really appreciate you being so kind to me and everything. I know that this is probably very confusing to you if you're watching this, because you're like, well, I haven't talked to you in like 500 years, so I don't know what you're talking about, but just roll with me on it. I just meant like all together in the times that we have had interactions. You've not been like, you know, standoffish or anything. You've always been really cool and forthcoming, and I appreciate that. You're really awesome. Let me take these off. These alarms. Anyways, back to actually being a good YouTuber and not checking my phone. It looks like there's a ghost in my mirror, doesn't there? That's pretty funny. Or spooky. It just disappears. Anyways, the second person I would like to give a shout out to is Daisie for like Daisie Sims. She also does a lot of Sims 3 and Sims 4 Let's Plays and stuff. And we like comment back and forth every now and then, like on her videos. I mean, she does that with like more than just me. It's not just like we have a thing, like I'm special. No, she does it with a few people, but we've had like a long history. I've been subscribed to her for at least 2 or 3 years, and she is so inspiring. Oh my gosh, like she's so talented. Like, she does like actual like Let's Plays and stuff, which is really, really fun and engaging, and I really appreciate like just watching that. You can like take your mind 500 miles away and just live in the world of The Sims and just forget about everything in real life, and that's really cool. And she also does like machinima things, like actual like movies and storytelling through her Sims videos, and she is so good. Daisie, if you're watching this, I don't know if you are, but if you are, you're amazing. Please do not change. Do not listen to any of the hate that you ever get. And if anybody gives you hate, you give me their name, and I will we will squash that out, because you're amazing. And I was just going back through. I just watched your like first Let's Play series. It was like World and Island Adventures, and I'm so in love with like that style of gaming, because it was like it was almost like storytelling without storytelling, almost. Like, I love the way that you play the game. It was so cool. I just left like a giant like comment on like the last video, because I was like so like inspired by it. It made me like, well, I mean, my game is kind of wonky right now. I just reinstalled all my Sims 3 games. I'll explain later why my games weren't on my computer already, because they were on my computer and then they weren't. But it was so great, and I really appreciate that style where you can play the game without having to worry about in the next episode like spending a long time making the machinima for it, because I know that those are a lot of work. And like, if you're doing that for almost every other series, that's so much work to put in, and you work so hard. So I really liked the idea of another Let's Play where you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. I'm not being like, you should do that. I mean, if you want to do that, then do that. But I'm just saying, like, I just liked the idea where you could just play and have fun with the game, kind of. And I'm totally in love with the characters, I'm not gonna lie. Also, I went back over and started watching some of your Love Bites series. If you guys haven't seen any of her videos, please, I'm leaving a link to everybody that I mentioned in the beginning of these videos. Please go check out their videos. And Daisie makes amazing videos. You will die from how awesome they are. And like, I'm not just like setting the bar too high. I mean, I'm dead serious. She's amazing. I was going back over the Love Bite series, and I was like legit blushing, and like there's some parts of the series where I'm just like aghast, like my mouth is like open, and I'm like holding my face, I'm like peeking behind my fingers, and I'm like, she did not even, I cannot believe that you did that, but you did, and it's amazing. And I was gonna say, like, if you ever decide to like write books or make movies, like I'll be in one of your movies if you want me to. Like I'll volunteer like for free. But oh my gosh, like if you ever write books or something, just take all my money because I will buy everything that you sell. You're amazing. I love the way that you do your storytelling, and that every Let's Play or every series that you do is vastly different from the other one. So it's not like you have like one set style of storytelling. You're so like multi-dimensional, and I love that. And so I'm giving you a shout out because I think you're amazing, and you're just a genuinely really nice person, and I appreciated that, you know, you are so nice to me. I saw like a video a long time ago. I don't even know how long ago it was, but you were like commenting on one of my old Random Night Rant videos, and it was so sweet. It almost, like, it was just really sweet because you were like, I think you subscribed to me or something, and it was just so crazy because like you and Saffize are like celebrities almost. Like that's a big mood right there, like to like set you up there. But I mean, you're very, like, to me it's almost like you guys are so accomplished that it's so cool that you find any of my content like interesting enough to like follow me or like subscribe to me. That's really cool, and I just wanted to say thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And so thank you to Saffize, and thank you to Daisie. And the last person that I'm naming in this video is Sugalicious Me, even though she's changed her name, I think, to Samaz Suga here on YouTube. And she is like my BFF forever, and I've not ever met her, but she seems like somebody like I would really want to meet. I mean, I say that about a lot of people, like everybody that I've mentioned, I would love to meet them in real life. But oh, Samaz is amazing. I love her. Like she makes she makes Sims videos as well, which is kind of why I decided to put them all three together. I guess just because like the Sims ones, and since I'm going to be talking about Sims later, might as well make this the Sims late night rants. Sims late night rants? Whatever, I don't know. Anyways, and I remember watching one of her videos, and she just talks so amazingly. Like, I love the way that she like phrases her sentences and stuff. Like, it's amazing. I feel like we would be the bestest of friends. Well, we are the bestest of friends. Like, I reached out to her and commented on a video, I think, once. And then I saw that she's on a Facebook Sims group that I'm in as well. And I was like, oh my gosh, hello. And she was like, hey, best friend. And I love her so much. And I'm giving her a shout out as well because, like, last month sometime, like towards the end of last month, not last month, I forget that it's April and not March. I'm making it May, everybody. I'm making it May. But yeah, sometime towards the end of February, I went and checked the mail because my mom was like, hey, will you check the post office? And I was like, okay, cool. And apparently nobody had checked the mail in like forever because I was sitting there like forcefully fighting the mailbox trying to get all the mail out, and it's like jammed in there. There's like no way. You would need somebody from the other side to like help push it out. And then but I found a card that you had sent me. I'm thinking it's from like Christmas, I think. And it was really sweet because I didn't expect like a card from you or anything. And I can't tell you how much I appreciated that. Like, I love that a lot because it was so sweet that you would think about me randomly and like send me a card just out of the blue, you know, for Christmas or whatever. I'm thinking it was Christmas. For some reason I wanted to say it was for New Year's, but it was probably like a both card, like a New Year's thing. It just really kind of touched me because the fact that, you know, like, I know that we talk sometimes, you know, online, but we don't get to talk that often. And I'm rarely online long enough to keep like a conversation going more than like a couple of days, just because I have so much to do in like IRL that I just don't get online that much, which is kind of weird because I'm on YouTube like pretty consistently, but I just don't check any of like the social media sites that I need to, which is why they're kind of like going down. I don't know. I think I put it up there behind me. Yeah, they're you can't really see them, but that little thing there are all my cards, and yours is in there. I just really appreciate the fact that you would send me a card like that, because I know you have a lot of stuff going on in your real life as well. Like, we all have stuff going on, you know, and it's kind of hard to keep up. But just the fact that you would remember me means like a lot. It's really sweet of you to have sent me a card, and I'm starting to cry. Sorry, I'm really not trying to cry. It's just it was just really, really sweet, and I get like emotional about stuff like that when people do things like that, because it's like, I don't know, it's just really, really sweet. So before I become a mess, I'm just gonna say thank you so much to Samaz, and we'll move on. Okay, so plus I'm super sick right now, and I don't want to get like worse. Okay, those are the 3 people. Please go check out all of their videos. And then in the next Random Night Rants, I will be naming 3 more people, because there are some people who have directly given me such a boost lately, and all 3 of these women are super cool and amazing, and they're just really good at what they do, and they're just really genuine, kind people that, I don't know, maybe one day I can call them like a friend. That'd be kind of cool. Maybe we'll just be like online friends, like we're YouTube friends, we're Sims friends. Anyways, yes, so I mentioned that my Sims 3, which just put back on my computer. Okay, so another reason this year has actually been really, really stressful. So far, like, it started out okay, and I was like getting everything like really good, and then something happened, and my luck just went and like exploded in like a ball of fire. Sorry, there's people walking around. I don't want to have interruptions. Anyways, hey buddy. Hey buddy. Here, hold on. Let me make it easier for you to jump on my lap, because you're gonna make me sick. Come on. Come on. Yes. Hello everybody. Or hello everybody. This is Licious or Silly. Hello Silly. Silly is a good cat, but I am incredibly allergic to him. Okay, but first, like, of course, you know, I'm working on like just my overall health and like getting into shape and stuff like that, but I haven't really been able to do that because I've been like consistently sick. Mostly because I work in a place where everybody decides to show up while they're sick, and then it just sort of spreads. Anyways, on top of that, I've just sort of had like seasonal depression, I guess you could call it that. I don't know. I mean, like, that's pretty much what it is, except it's all the time. So I have an all the time depression. But the worst thing that's happened was, okay, so my Sims 2, like my Sims 2 series. I ended it recently, but I wanted to do like a really cool like ending for the video and everything. However, Sims 2 and Windows 10 don't like to play nicely, and so I have to go through a lot to get it to run well. And so, and it won't let me use like I have to film it very like in small clips and like stop it and then save the game where it is and then restart the recording again, just so I can make sure I have it and it doesn't like crash, because it'll crash a lot. And I was like, you know what, I'm betting that, you know, the Ultimate Collection, that's like the digital version from the Origin, you know, thing, is better, you know. And I should have looked this up before I just started like getting rid of all my games, because that's what sent me into this whole mess. But no, I didn't. And I started like uninstalling my games, and then it was like, hey, you need to uninstall the latest game and then continue on. And I was like, I did uninstall the latest game. This is like a newer version of the, like, this is like the next step. And it kept saying that, so I had to get it like just deleted. Like I had to just literally go in and delete it. And usually that'll work. Like I'm fairly savvy when it comes to computers. I mean, I built my computer. And so I mean, my friend helped me, but we still built it. Like, I could probably do it again if I felt like it. Like, cat dander. And so I signed in on Origin, you know, after it did all its annoying updating and everything. And then I look, and where the Sims 2 Ultimate Collection used to be in my library, and like it wasn't just something free that they were like, oh, here, have this just because you're a Sims player or just because, you know, you asked for it. I had actually bought a digital download of Glamour Life stuff at one point, and they took that out of my library. Something I paid actual cash for. Cash money, and they took it out of my library, and I was like, hey, where'd my game go? I'm trying to reinstall my game, where'd it go? And they were like, here, have this Ultimate Collection instead. And I was like, well, that doesn't fix things necessarily, but okay. And then I look, and no longer is that game in there. They've replaced it with the Sims 2 Store Edition. And so I went online and I was like, hey guys, I noticed that my game isn't there anymore. Is there any reason that it's not still in my library? And they were like, oh, we don't give out those codes anymore. And I was like, yeah, I know that. I was like, I understand that you can't give me the game anymore, or you can't give out the codes anymore, but I already had it in my library. That means it should belong to me. It shouldn't belong to you anymore. It belongs to me, so it should be something I can still install on my computer, right? Like, that's how most games work. Once you get them in your library, they're yours. But no. They were like, okay, well, uninstall Origin and reinstall it, and then, you know, restart your computer. So I did that. And they were like, oh, is your, you know, issue solved or whatever, you know, the email that they send you afterwards. And I said, no, it isn't. So I signed back on and I talked to someone else who was even worse. They always give me these people who don't actually listen to the issue. They always just want to tell you what they think is wrong with your computer. But they were like, oh, here, what you want to do is clear the cache, clear Origin's cache or whatever, then restart your computer and it should show up the game that you're missing or whatever. And here, have this like 15% coupon off another Origin game if you want to buy online. And I was like, okay, cool. I went and got rid of the cache and restarted my computer. The game still isn't there, and they're still showing me the Sims 2 Store Edition. And then I was like, you know what? I'm giving up for right now. But I went and took like a screenshot of it, and I sent it in. And then, you know, just yesterday, I went online and I talked to someone new. And I was like, I sent in screenshots showing you. Look at my cat in the background. You can see his tail. He was like, okay, I see what you got here. Unfortunately, since we stopped supporting the Sims 2 Ultimate, or the Sims 2 whatever, like the Sims 2 games, we no longer have the codes that we could give it to you, you know, whatever. And even though that doesn't necessarily explain why they can take away a game that you already have, Like, I could see why they couldn't give you a new one if you don't already have it in your library. But if you have it in your library, you should be able to just download it from what you have. Especially if it was replacing a game that they already got rid of. Like, it's like, thanks, but no thanks. And so, you know, and I told them, I was like, well, it was in my library before, blah, blah, blah. And, like, they basically explained to me that whenever they stopped doing, like, the codes and stuff and giving out new games, they just took it off, you know. And I was like, that makes sense, but thank you finally for telling me that basically, hey, we just screwed everybody over who even had it, because we don't care about the people who use our origin. Like, we don't want them to have fun in their life. Like, but I mean, I appreciate the fact that somebody was like, you know, ballsy enough to tell me that. My speaker was like, well, I have a second set of speakers and they were in the floor. Okay, so I went from there and I was like, well, I'm just gonna reinstall my Sims 2 discs. And this was a couple months ago. The guy I talked to last night, I was just trying to get things refigured out, but whenever I tried to reinstall my Sims 2 was a couple of months ago. And it was like being really weird, and it would let me install up to like 3, and then it wouldn't let me install any more like expansion packs. It was like, hey, you've already got a later expansion of this installed. So I used the CCleaner, which is what everybody online was saying. They were like, use the Windows CCleaner, use it, use it, use it, use it, use it. And I was like, okay, I've got you. And I used it, and then I restored my computer, which is a very dumb thing. Like, now that I think about it, like, restoring my computer was probably a stupid thing to do. However, that usually fixes most issues that are going on with your computer, and my computer had been flashing, like the screen, almost like, you know, whenever you first turn on your screen, sometimes it'll flash. And then my computer started blue screening. Like, straight up blue screen of death. I tried to go into safe mode, blue screen of death. Tried to do anything else, blue screen of death. Nothing was working. And so I turned it off, and I called, I was about to name them. I called a certain place, and I was like, hey, I need my computer looked at. It's blue screening, and I'm not sure, you know, what's going on. And they're like, yeah, sure. It'll be about $50, you know, for us to like do a diagnostic or whatever and figure out what's wrong. It might be up to $80 in total. And I was like, okay, that's not terrible. It's not the best price, but it's not terrible. Well, I get there, and then they tell me, oh, yeah, so for us to look at this, it's gonna be like at least $200. And well, no, it'll be like $213 or something if you want like a year package, and you can always bring it back if it messes up again or something like that. Blah blah blah, the whole spiel. And I was like, well, what if I don't want the package? You know, I just want my computer looked at. Oh, well, we can't guarantee that we'll save that any of your data will be saved if we do a diagnostic. It could get deleted forever. And then we also hey, Celie, what's the matter? What are you doing? Scared the hell out of me. What are you doing, you freak? And then, wow. And then, okay, sorry. And then he was like, and it also might cost more than $200. And I was like, well, that's a lot of money. That's literally like an entire paycheck, and I don't have that right now. Like, I'm still, like, I was so close. I was so close to paying off my student loans at this point, and I was like really excited. I was like, oh yeah, I'll get to pay off my loans. I won't have to owe anything anymore. Yay. But then this happened, and I was like, well, I gotta pay this off, you know, I need my computer. So, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you eating? Okay. He's really interrupting. I thought he was eating something he shouldn't be. And then, okay, where was I? I'm lost now. No! Okay, so I ended up going back in the next week and on my payday, and I was like, well, here's my computer, and I guess I'll do the year thing, even though I don't want to do that. And they were like, okay, blah, blah, blah. Just remember to cancel it before, you know, the next year starts. Otherwise, they'll charge you automatically for the next year, which is not going to happen. I will fight this tooth and nail. Like, I'm getting rid of this after that year. And I'm not going back there again. Like, unless it's something that I need that's, like, I know for a fact is a cheap thing, I'm not taking my computer back there. That's such a ripoff. $200 just to look at my computer and tell me what's wrong with it? Hell no. Especially since the people that I normally take my computer to were like, oh, we could have done everything for like $100 or $170 just to, because the part that I had to end up buying was like that much. And they were like, yeah, we could have done that. And I was like, anyways, they look at my computer and call me back in a couple days. And they were like, hey, guess what? Your hard drive is broken, physically broken. Like, your hard drive is broken in actual life, not like digitally messed up, not something that we could fix, you know. It's physically broken. And I was like, huh, interesting, because those of you who watch my videos know that I built this computer a little under a year ago, or at least a year ago. Like, literally last year we built this computer. We built this city on rock and roll. Sorry, I had to. I don't know where that came from at all. I built this last year with my friend. This baby. Ignore my water bottles. I drink a lot of Buy Water products because they're delicious. I feel like that's not where it was. I always put this back in like a not correct place, but whatever. But yeah, so, and all the parts in it were brand new, especially the hard drive. The hard drive, I didn't even open until we put it in the computer. And so I was like, interesting that this barely year-old hard drive would get physically broken, especially since during moving the product, the case, I didn't drive recklessly. I didn't move it around in a way that would make it break. Nothing. Like, it just, like, I think, well, I know what I think. I know if it was, in fact, broken. I know what I think. And I'm not going to cast aspersions on them because who knows? I could be wrong, but there's no way that I broke it. Not unless those things are just extremely delicate and then using it, just turning on your computer could break it. Then, whatever. Anyways, they were like, okay, well, you know, you're just going to need to buy another one. And I was like, okay, whatever. I could have just gotten it from the place I originally got it from and saved money. But I was like, well, that'll take it, you know, at least a while to get here because it'll have to get shipped to me. And there's no guarantee that they'll, like, hold my computer for that long. So I was like, what am I going to do about this? And I was like, okay, I looked on their website, on the people's website who had my computer, and I was like, okay, they have it here for $62 because it's on sale. And I was like, that's awesome. Cool. And now I know that usually there's, like, a discrepancy between, like, online prices and in-store prices. But the place I took my computer has, like, a price match guarantee, usually. If you can find it cheaper somewhere else or anywhere, they'll try and price match that. Well, I went into the store and I was like, okay, I'll just buy it here. They bring it up and they're like, oh, you're in luck. It's on sale. It's $72. And I was like, that's $10 more than it is on the website. But I had to pay that $72 and they ended up putting it in the computer. Yeah, they didn't charge me for installation because I already had that $200 and something package. But all together, I ended up spending over $285 to get this stupid computer fixed. And and part of that, like at least like $13 of that my mom had to help me pay because I just don't get paid enough to fork over that kind of money for something stupid like a computer. don't listen, computer. I need you. Don't listen to that. But still, it's ridiculous. I don't like spending money like that ever, especially on something like that. Like, and if I would have used that money to pay on my loan would have been paid off by now. But no, I'm still having to pay on it now, which has gotten me, like, it got me really, really depressed because I hate being, like, behind schedule on something that I think I should have been done already. It makes me really depressed. And then just in general, I've just been depressed. Like, I've been thinking about my future a lot lately, and whenever I think about my future, I get really, really depressed. And I've been thinking about kids today, and I know that's so, a lot of people are just looking at me, like, shaking their head, but I've been thinking a lot about it, and it's depressing me. Like, just recently, a library in my area, well, not really in my area, but a library that I grew up around, a long time ago, I saw online that they had revamped everything and changed it. And I got so depressed because they've made it for, like, little kids and stuff. Like, teenagers and adults can no longer go and, like, play around on, like, the freaking, like, jungle gym or the monkey bars or something. You know, like, they changed everything. And they got rid of, like, the nice sand for terrible mulch. And I was like, really? I was like, teenagers and, like, teenagers today are so busy on their phones and acting like adults and, like, trying to get boyfriends and girlfriends and living their life and growing up too fast that they don't even have time to go to the park anymore, that they had to change it for just kids. And it just made me really depressed. So the people that I've been naming lately are people who are keeping me sane, and they're people who are letting me, like in their own way, even though they don't know it, they, like, in their own way, they are making me a lot less depressed, because, like, it got really, really bad. Like, I've been okay the last, like, since April started, because I'm kind of back on track, but not necessarily. Like, I'm still really behind, and I hate that, but I'm not as bad as I was a month ago. And, like, last month was so bad for me, like even people in my everyday life could see that there was something going on with me, and it was so bad, and my computer just went black. So, like, that's another thing. It's just, like, yeah, like, especially when thinking about my future and stuff, I get really depressed about it, so I try not to think about it too much. Sorry, I have the hiccups. Or at least now I have a hiccup. But yeah, look at that. You think I would just be able to, like, grab it, but it was not happening. But yeah, so watching, you know, Samaz and Saffize and Daisie has, like, lightened the load off my shoulders by, like, a ton. Like, a ton. So, wow. Crazy. Anyways, the reason, like, you haven't seen any videos is literally because I've not had my computer done. Because also, whenever I got my computer back, they didn't save any of my data. They saved, like, your files, like your music and your videos that you've downloaded or something, or your documents files and stuff like that. And that's all fine and dandy, but I already had those saved. They didn't save any of my game saves, which is, like, frustrating, because, yeah, a lot of game saves are in the program files, especially my Fraps. My Fraps saves movies in the programs files, so all of the things that I had filmed got deleted forever, and it's like, I could have done that myself. Like, I could have self-diagnosed and been like, okay, so it's blue screening, so that just means something's wrong, so I'm just gonna, like, do this. But no, I wanted to be sure that I couldn't save it. And, like, it's frustrating to me now in hindsight, because I could have just literally just gotten another one and then, or signed in or logged into my, because I have 2 hard drives, could have signed into my secondary hard drive and seen if there was something going on with it. But no, I didn't do that, did I? Save myself some money. But yeah, so it was very frustrating for a while. Plus, like, getting on YouTube and watching, like, the Let's Plays is kind of like an escape for me from real life, because my IRL is not entertaining enough for me. I don't know. It's not like the worst. It's not like my life is terrible. I just get really depressed whenever I have to focus on it. Anyways, that's basically what's been going on with me. I hope that you guys have been good lately. I actually did this in a decent amount of time. It's not terrible. So, I mean, it's under an hour. But yeah. So, I mean, that's what my life has been lately. I don't know. You know, I guess I have a little bit of time left. I'll throw in one last shout out to another person. And then I'll keep the rest for the next video. This next person is actually really, really cool. They are named CyberSimsShows. And I mentioned them in the last Random Night Rants, I think. But while my computer was gone, they had made quite a few comments on another video that I didn't get to see. So I just finally saw those. And I love them. They are life. Their positivity is what I feed off of. They're amazing. And I was doing some voice acting for them for a Sims 3 series, and I was in a Sims 2 series at one point. I don't know how far that got. But I'm always down to do another voice acting for anyone, just because that's kind of what I would like to do one day. That'd be really interesting to, like, be a cartoon character or something, or just make my own cartoons. That'd be fun. I don't know, just make my own movies, whatever. I mean, I'd like to get YouTube, like, I would like to do YouTube as a job, but I just don't know that much enough about YouTube to get myself a bigger following than what I have. I mean, I've had this YouTube channel for, 9 years now, and I've not done anything with it. I mean, I have, but I haven't, so, I mean, I'm going to try and get in there and start doing a little bit more. I just now started, like, trying to get more into Twitter, but I've been using it mostly to promote my, like, cosplay and modeling and, like, Instagram. I do have a Patreon now, so I might start putting that somewhere. It's not that great right now. I wouldn't do anything with it just yet. Like, I mean, yeah, there's stuff on it, but you can just wait until I get more stuff shot this year. And, like, it's just, like, a nice, like, thing. I don't want people to be like, yeah, I saw that once before or something. I don't know. Anyways, CyberSimShows is just really, really cool, and they have, like, a lot of really great ideas. And, I just really appreciate them, working with me and, like, giving me a shot in, like, voice acting and stuff. And to the moderators who run, like, the Facebook Sims stuff, because I know some of them watch my videos, I love you guys so much. I'm sorry that I haven't been posting more Sims videos. I will get back into it as soon as I reinstall it. The one thing I'm not looking forward to reinstalling is The Sims 1, because I went through a hassle to get The Sims 1 installed in the first place. Like, you have to install the games, then you have to go to some website that's random, and then follow some link, and go to some other link, and go to some other thing, and download something that, like, will let you do this one thing, and then you can play it. But my gosh, is it ridiculous what you have to go through. But as of right now, I think that we will stick with this, and then the next video that I upload will be hopefully like a Sims related video. We'll see. Oh, also, before I forget, and just to remind myself for next time, I'm going to be doing something kind of great in the next Random Night Rants. I wanted to show you guys what inspired me to do Random Night Rants in the first place. And it started whenever I just got my camera. Like, whenever I first got my camera, I was, like, trying to get used to talking to it and stuff. And, you know, ever since then, I still look at the screen over here a lot. It's hard for me to stop doing that. I'm trying to get better. But I think my phone is telling me that I need to exercise and or drink water. You need to drink water. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Okay. But I started talking to the camera, and I like a lot of it was at night, and I was like, this is hilarious. Like, and I was just talking about nothing. And like sometimes you would just see me like watching videos on YouTube or something, and it was nothing. It was just nothing. I was watching videos about nothing. Like, I was doing nothing. And then I would just talk about the most random stuff. And I thought it would be really funny if I added that into a random night rants one time. Not all of it. Like, because my gosh, there's like hours of stuff of me just sitting there. And like, you can tell like through the years, because there used to be a point where there was like a mattress over here, and then there was a point where the bookshelf was up against the wall, and then you can see me like change through the years. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. And I figured, oh, you know, that'd be kind of fun. Maybe they might like to see that. Like, it's never before seen footage, and some of it is so embarrassing that I'm just like, I don't know if I want to post that, but I should, because it's great. And I also might add in a video that is unrelated, but it is still me. And I will not tell you what it is. I'll just let you guys guess. Anyways, I'd love to hear anything that you guys have to say on, like, anything. How have you been? You know, what do you think I should talk about next time? Like, I know it's usually random, and that's not going to change that much, but I could talk about stuff, even if I don't know about it. But yeah, and if any of you guys that I've given a shout out to watch my video and have anything to say, I'd love to hear. Like, even if you're like, I don't really know what I did, you know. I love you guys, and I really appreciate it, because you guys you get me through some of the toughest times in my life, and I didn't want that to go unspoken, because I feel like it's very important that you know that. You know. Anyways, for more things that I've done, you can check out any of the links in the description. If you want to get notified anytime I post a video, I know it isn't often, but if you would like to get notified, you can just hit that little bell down there, and it will notify you of anything. And, yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of the week, because it's Tuesday, so this video should be posted either Tuesday night or very, very early Wednesday morning. And I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys!